Well, we're not through with our social commentary for the evening yet. That's what I say. Over 25 years ago, a woman named Kitty Genovese was brutally raped and horrifically murdered outside of her brownstone apartment in New York City. And although over 20 of her neighbors heard her screams for help, no one came to her aid. Now, this tragic incident has been repeated several times in the last couple of decades across the country. But it's the story of Kitty Genovese that inspired this song. This is called When You Can't Feel Enough to Care. Of jagged strobes breaking apart time draws them to the curtain where they secretly outside just voyeurs not willing to get involved. For help, but you weren't there. How can you face yourself when you can't even feel enough to care? A girl lies huddled to the sidewalk. Some switchblade stranger decided to invade her privacy for his personal pleasure. She screamed for help! But no one would come. How can you look in the mirror when you can't even feel enough to care? How can you look in the mirror? She cried for help. You weren't there. How can you face yourself when you can't feel enough to care? A muffled cry creeps through the walls. They turn up the television to hide their shame. Drink another beer to escape that grisly pain. That desperate cry, it haunts them at night, so they can't sleep. But they cannot rest. How can you look in the mirror when you can't feel enough to care? How can you look in the mirror? She cried for help, but you weren't there. How can you face yourself when you can't even feel enough to care? How can you look in the mirror